ihlabathi lonke liwele esonweni uyesu yakhathala uzofuna ukulahlekileyo azosindisa olusabalahlekileyo sikhuselwe kuye uyazazi izinsizi zethu.
Umalusi olungileyo, that's Mcebisi, yes, and he's saying Umalusi. He says, cast all your burdens unto Jesus because he cares for you. He knows what you want. He knows what you're asking for. He knows what you're praying about. So why don't you cast your burdens unto him, and he will heal your ailing body, your pains in your body, your illnesses. Jesus is quite capable of healing your body. That's a beautiful song, isn't it? Yeah. We've got more like that, and coming up on the show, way more than that. Tenji was coming up. Yeah, it's a long one. Yeah, so we are preparing ourselves to speak to Mrs. Patricia Matabela from Mewaka Investments. They are a company that deals in HR and finance. There are people who know from the process of, when you want to hire somebody, they will do the advertising, the interviewing, the placement, the monitoring, the evaluation. As long as it's a workplace issue, they are able to assist you as a business. You don't need to be a big business with 1,000 employees. If you start doing the right things early, you stand a chance of running a very successful business. So she's coming up on the show via Zoom in a second or so, and we will be speaking to her. But in the meantime, please do go to our Facebook page. We are live right now as we are speaking to you. And when we are doing that, you are able to see what we do, So I would very much encourage you to check out our Facebook page. That's Radio K Pulpit on Facebook. Also, we do have a number on WhatsApp that you can send us messages while we are live and direct. If we are talking to Mrs. Matabela and you're thinking, that matter is a matter that I need to know about, you can participate on the show. Send a voice note. We will ask the question directly for you. You can send your comments, and you can just say if you are touched by something that we are doing here, because we do great things. The number is 081-729-1657. That's 081-729-1657. If you want to take part in any of the topics that we cover, from the time we speak about HR with Mrs. Matabela just now to when our guests come in to tell us about the student prayer for exams. Also, when we speak to Ronel Pullen, we're going to be speaking to Ronel. She's coming through to us and talking to us about her nomination for Konukamba, and also what she does as part of her work, that got her, because she is an inspirational speaker. And she does so much good with her husband. They've got a heart for the people, and they do great things. So look forward to that and many more on the show. We will be joined in a short while by Mrs. Matabela. And we are just waiting for her to join us via Zoom. How it is with load shedding and everything. It's sometimes a bit of a challenge, but I know for a fact that she will be joining us. And we are the topic for today. She has already told me we are talking about everybody's favorite time of the year, when the year-end function rolls around, the importance of having such functions. Why would the company want to spend money, bring employees together? Some get the opportunity to do certain things. But what's the importance of that? Why do we do that? Why do we, as companies, want to gather employees and all of that and do all those type of things? Mrs. Matabela is the woman with the answers. Mrs. Matabela from Mewaka Investment, we welcome you to the show, ma'am.
Thank you, Pastor G, and good evening to you.
It is a great evening, I promise you. It's warmed up in Cape Town. Days are beautiful. Gets testy, a bit windy, but days are beautiful. It's absolutely stunning in this great city of Cape Town. I trust you're well yourself.
I'm very well, thanks. It is warm, but we are enjoying Cape Town.
Hallelujah.
And we are just grateful to have this weather.
Yeah, I think there's a part of heaven that is in Cape Town, or there's a part of Cape Town that is heaven. I just must make sure. It is
We should just say Cape Town.
the city of
Cape
God,
Town is
man.
the heavenly.
There you go. There you go. Ma'am, we are honored to have you on the show again today. What are we talking about today?
So, Pastor G, today we are talking about year-end functions.
Yeah, my
As
boss
you
needs
can
to hear this.
see,
Yeah. My boss needs to hear this, that there is a thing called the year-end function. Yeah. Please go ahead.
as you can see, Pastor G, we are almost at the end of October, and year-end functions normally happen towards end of November to all of December.
Mm.
So this is the time where others would be done planning their year-end functions, or they would be thinking about year-end functions. There are some organizations that do year-end functions well. They've got the budget, they've been doing it for a long time. They just continue with what they've been doing. But then there are smaller organizations where you find the budget is tight and they don't know what to do. So today we are talking about that, to say, okay, why should I host a year-end function? How is it going to help me? And what are the ideas?
Oh yeah.
So why should you host a year-end function? This is because in the working environment, Pastor G, we are always straight-faced, focusing on targets, focusing on project, focusing on delivery.
Mm.
And you might find that we only relate to one another in that space and in that way as well. But at the end of the year, when all is almost said and done, we can just relax. You get to see that your boss can actually laugh out loud, because some people don't know that about their managers, their
Yeah.
superiors.
Mm.
And they also get to see that you are a lovely person. You can sing or whatever, depending on the type of year-end function that you decide to host as an employer.
Yeah.
So year-end functions are one of the most important events that employees enjoy.
Yeah.
Year-end functions boost the morale of the staff members in a very big way.
Mm. Now a
So
question before you go
obviously,
on.
like many, yes.
I just wanted to check. Maybe you'll cover it. Are there not an opportunity for HR to sit there with a red pen and like, that employee? Is that how they behave when they're not on their desk? They're all serious with a tie when they're working. Look at them cutting loose, and now they're dancing. Now they're taking a bit of wine. Now they're doing this and that. Are they used as that at all? Can HR do that?
No, in fact, they should be the opposite of that. This is the right opportunity to see people in a casual way, to see people relaxing. If you're talking about sipping wine, that's the right environment where people can just relax, joke around, laugh out loud, get to
Yeah.
be themselves, because in the working environment, it's always fast-paced and serious.
All right. Continue, ma'am. I just wanted to get that out of the way because there could be that fear. I'm new in the company and now it's my first year. I'm here 6 months. I'm here 3 months. And year end rolls in. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm not hungry. Thank you very much. I don't drink. At that time, I'm looking at all the delicious food and I'm looking at that glass of red wine. I'm thinking, hey, in another time.
Yeah, so it's a reality, but it shouldn't be where
Yeah.
year-end functions are all stiff. And it's actually old-fashioned, Pastor G, where year-end functions are something else. They are meant to be fun. We're meant to forget about all the things. If anything, we should be making fun of the mistakes that we did in the company, or not even talk about that. Let's just talk about fun. And you will hear now, if we're talking about year-end functions, like I was saying, they can take many different shapes and sizes depending on the budget that is allocated.
Okay.
You don't have to break your bank just to have a year-end function.
Mm.
So in the past, we used to do these big events. A company that has 350 employees, all 350 of them are in a boardroom. It's serious. They're talking about serious things again, and there is no fun. So there is a new trend now that actually assists, that actually helps, where year-end functions are more relaxed. And also in the planning committee or the planning team, there's more employees than seniors because this is for employees.
Mm. Mm.
Especially those employees, you find, Pastor G, that in a company, there are those employees who complain a lot about functions. The food wasn't nice. The music wasn't good. If you've got such an employee, you may find that in their private capacity, maybe in the church, they plan functions and they know what needs to happen. So
Mm.
call that person in and let them be part of the planning. It's very important.
Mm.
Then year-end functions should be entertaining.
Okay.
We need activities of entertainment for the evening, and we've got ideas that include karaoke. You know how beautiful karaoke can be for people who have had a long year. Karaoke, dancing, music. You can have a DJ playing and then people dance to that music. That is fun. No one is stuck up. No one is talking targets. We are just playing. We are just dancing.
Yeah.
Another thing, at a year-end function, you cannot have a year-end function without a photo booth. Not in 2023.
Come
No.
on. Come on. Preach
You
louder.
need a photo booth. There's a whole lot of people who love to take pictures, small videos,
Yes.
and they will keep that as memories of how it was. Some people have really had a rough year, so it's the opportunity for them to have fun.
Yeah, and there's that one
They,
that swivels these days. I've seen a photo booth where you stand on that thing and it goes around, and there's a photo attached, and you're doing these poses at these days. Yeah. It's time for fun.
yeah,
I've not been on
Pastor
any
G.
of those. I've not been, but I've seen how much fun people have when they're on that thing. It just goes around, and this is you posing and doing all these things for the camera. Yeah, fun things.
That's the way to go. That's the one. You said in Pastor G, you really know what happens. That is the one.
God bless you, my child.
So when we plan year-end functions, obviously, Pastor G, we look at the crowd.
Yeah.
You find that our company is big. We have branches all over, let's say all over Cape Town. You can have different year-end functions where Cable View is going to play somewhere on their own, or you can decide to combine it depending on the budget
Yeah.
and also the activity that you end up agreeing to do.
Yeah.
So it's important for you to look at that, because if it's a smaller group, you can have a picnic. That can be a year-end function. We
Yeah.
sit, we have a picnic, we play 20 seconds, we play many other games. You can include what I've already said. The karaoke can be there, but we are having a picnic at a botanical garden, for an example. It's open, it's hot now, you see greens. There's a lot that we can do, and it doesn't really have to cost much.
Yeah.
You can have a movie night where you take a smaller group. Let's go watch a movie. You buy the popcorn, or maybe you start at a dinner in a small restaurant. Then you have a movie night. It gives people something to talk about even when we come back. Do you remember that lady? When people are at work now in a formal space, they'll be like, stop acting like Patricia from that movie. It creates a bond
It
between
does.
employees.
Yes.
It
Yes.
does.
Mm.
And you can also have a braai if weather permits. You can have a simple thing as a braai. And you find that within the employees, there are people who are really good at making meals. They can assist. If you don't want that, budget allowing, you call somebody who does catering. They cook the food and you have your people have that at a relaxed environment where people can really play and laugh.
Yeah.
There's also bowling, Pastor G. Did
Oh,
you know that you
wow.
can take your team? Let's go
Tell you
bowling.
what, that would be fun. That would be a bucket load of fun. That would be fun. Yeah. Thanks for the
Hmm.
idea.
And you take the same sales team that beat each other in the office with sales figures to go and beat each other there at the bowling.
Mm. Oh, wow.
So it's very important to look at more casual ways
Yeah.
of ending off the year. If you want to include awards, then you can do it when people are sitting down to eat. Let it be a bit casual. It doesn't have to be stuck up like we used to do
Mm.
in
Yeah. But please,
1999, Pastor G.
don't take us on a hike and say it's a year-end function. Now we must walk up Table Mountain. We don't want to wake up walking like robots. Take us to something relaxed. We want to exercise. We will do it in our own spare time. Maybe team building, but please, not a hike.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't apply to everybody. It can be hectic.
Yeah. Ma'am, thank you so very much. Here was I thinking that you're all about the policies. Yeah. I hear HR is going to call you. I know there are chances I'm getting a written warning. CCMA is coming and all that. But today is so relaxed. It's in the spirit of where we are in the year and going to in the year. December is coming. Thank you very, very much. This was. A very light one, a very enjoyable one, and I hope bosses and managers were listening, and that they if they were thinking maybe give it a pass this year, they would think twice, and like this one we are doing it for the employees. Let them have a day that belongs to them, and they can have fun. Thank you very much, Ma. Please do tell us about Mewaka, what you guys do, where we can find you.
Thank you, Pastor G, for having me again. At Mewaka Investments, we do human resources consulting. Also have a finance wing that does bookkeeping and financial statements. But with our human resources consulting, we do recruitment, selection, placement, employee retention, pay slips, performance management of cases, System A, labor courts, all the way to retirement and employee benefits. That's what we do. And if you also need someone to help you with your year-end functions, we are the people to contact. And you can also find us at info@mewaka.co.za or call WhatsApp 83589 2216. That's 83589 2216.
Ma'am, may God bless you, and may God enlarge your company. May it grow. We want to see it in the stock exchange. God bless you in all your ways, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor G.
Hallelujah. That's Mrs. Patricia Matabela of Mewaka Investments. Now you've heard, you can start throwing hints at the boss about, that year-end function. Maybe even in church, like start looking at pastor with that eye. Pastor, it's been a long year, man. What if, we're always having Thanksgiving. We know Thanksgiving, pastor's Thanksgiving is coming. But what if something just fun for family day or something for the members, for the benefit of the members? You see, that's what we do on this show. I'm going to go get my next guest on the show. It's going to be Sis Nomfundo. Mbambo is going to be with a few students. They're going to be telling us about the big event that's coming up. It's a prayer for exams, national prayer for exams for students all over South Africa. It's a big event that they have organized. They'll tell you all about it. So please go call that student, go call that person who is in varsity, wherever they are studying, that it's time. This time we are dedicating to them. But I've got a song or two before they get here for you.
You are listening to Radio Cape Pulpit on 7 to 9 a.m. Your radio compass on the